Hi, this is Caroline Williams from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 and Sharknado 4. You're listening to Without Your Head.
Well, welcome to the Station of Decapitation Without Your Head. I'm Nasty Neal, and I'm joined by Roar Uthaug, the director of Wave.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Excellent.
Here in Norway.
Yeah, all the way from Norway. It's very cool. And, speaking of that, you made a movie in Norway. Did you think it would, start to be seen in other countries? And did you think it would appeal to other people from other countries?
Yeah, I was hoping it would. Of course, we made it mainly for the Norwegian audiences, but my previous movies have also traveled well because I think they've all kind of been in genres that audiences around the world kind of understands and recognizes, but set in a Norwegian setting that feels, I guess, exotic to everyone except here in Norway. So I was hoping that would happen to this movie as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For people not aware, could you give them an idea of what The Wave is about?
Well, The Wave is Norway's first disaster movie ever, and it's based on scientific facts. We had in the 30s, we had several rock slides that went into our narrow fjords, and that creates huge tsunamis that took out two villages in the 30s, and now they discovered that there's this huge crack in the Geiranger Fjord, which is kind of Norway's most famous fjord and on UNESCO's World Heritage List, and that crack keeps expanding, and at some point it's going to cause a huge rock slide that will create this tsunami that will hit the local community there after 10 minutes. So that's the kind of starting off point for our movie. Yeah.
Do you think that helps if you base a movie in some form of reality or something that could happen?
I think it gives the movie kind of another dimension, and I think also it has influenced how we've shaped our story and how we've told the story cinematically, and how we worked with characters and the scenes to try to have some truth and realism, and I think that's what we wanted to bring to the disaster movie genre.
Mm-hmm. And it's a beautiful looking movie. I got to see it, yesterday, and it's a great use of both CG, I assume, for the waves and everything, but also real people in the water and the mountains, and it looks incredible.
Thank you.
Was this your first time using CG?
Yeah, to this extent. I've used it before on my previous movies and also on commercials, but not as much as we've done on this movie.
Mm-hmm. And it's really blended well with the practical effects.
Yeah, thank you. There's a Norwegian company called Gimpville that did the wave effects, and I think they've done a really tremendous job.
Mm-hmm. Now, I read that the actors did either all of their own stunts or most of their own stunts.
Yeah, they did everything. We put them through this boot camp with a freediving instructor before the shoot. So they had to work on being in and underwater for a long amount of time, and work on also holding their breath. And I think our main actor, his record was a little over 3 minutes in the end.
Wow, I didn't even think that'd be possible. And what was that like for filming? Because you have your name actors there, and you're having them going through some difficult situations.
Yeah, they were really into that and wanted to do this stuff, and I think it really gives a lot of authenticity to the scenes, and I think it really helps to the realism of the movie to have the actors be there and do that stuff themselves.
Yeah. What was there any injuries?
Not that I can recall. No.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. That's good. Did you?
Yeah.
What would you say? What would you say would be the hardest thing to shoot in the movie?
Well, it's always hard to work in and underwater because things don't hit their mark. They float, they float around, so and people get tired and everything moves slower, and it's hard to communicate. So that was definitely a challenge. And also the scene when they're running for their lives up the hill, because the wave comes at night, but we didn't want it couldn't be so dark so we wouldn't see the waves, and we didn't want to shoot it day for night, so that gave us like a 3-hour window to shoot. So we had to rehearse everything during the day, and then when the light was right, we had to just be ready and run with the cameras and get as much as possible in that short amount of time.
You mentioned this is Norway's first disaster movie. Now, I'm not familiar how cinema is in Norway. Do you show like a lot of American movies, or is it primarily movies made in Europe?
No, I would say primarily we see American movies in the cinema there, and we subtitle the movies here. We don't dub them, so it's no American movies. That's kind of the biggest there as well.
Now, what do you think it is about the disaster movie genre that interests people?
I think it fascinates people because it's something you don't want to experience in real life up close, but then be able to kind of experience that or witness that in a safe environment. I think that's maybe something that gets to people.
Mm-hmm. Were these some of the movies you watched before you became a director? Something that maybe interests you to become a director?
Well, I used to go and see American movies all the time, and growing up, some of the movies were it was like Twister and those kind of disaster movies. I remember to see those kind of effects on the big screen was had a real impact on me. So I think definitely I've always kind of been fascinated by that genre.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was really nice scene, even away from like the technical scenes, was you had a scene where the birds are all flying away, and I thought it was like a nice premonition of bad things are coming because the birds are getting out of there.
Yeah, so we wanted to show that kind of nature has its own way, and there's not much we can do except run for cover.
Yeah. No, we're like a lot of stuff outside. Were those all like real places in Norway?
Yeah, so we shot it in the place that will actually be hit by this tsunami when sometime in the future, because we wanted that high degree of realism to the film. So that's why we chose to shoot there.
Yeah. And how do you think the people live there? They're gonna like there's gonna be like a wave of people moving out?
I don't think. I think they are very aware of the situation, and a lot of them were extras in the movie, running for their lives. And they came to me after the shoot and said they had a wonderful time. So hopefully we're not scaring them away with the movie.
You mentioned you had scientists there. That was like to make sure like you didn't have anything that was like too exaggerated to keep like this is stuff that would probably happen.
Yeah, we talked to geologists and tsunami experts when we were in pre-production and writing the script, and we also visited with the guys that monitor this mountain in real life, and that's also when they fly the helicopter up to that place. That's the actual place that they work. So that was really helpful in getting that kind of degree of realism that we were after.
Yeah. I have to ask this because I'm not. Is Roar a common name in Norway? Because that's a pretty badass name, honestly.
it's very cool in the U.S., but in Norway it's more it's a normal name like Roger or any other name.
All right. Well, that's bad. I quite enjoy it. Now, do you think working on do you think working on a movie like this helped you get, because I know that you're going to be headline going with Tombraider coming up. Do you think like your work on this helped prepare for something like that at all?
Yeah, definitely, because you're working in creating entertainment for a wide audience and making them care about characters and creating suspense and spectacle, but still try to have a heart in it and try to create an emotional connection to the characters. I think that's important in any genre and will be in a Tombraider movie as well.
Yeah, very cool. Well, and congratulations on that and the wave.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And it's been nice talking to you. I know you don't have a lot of time here, calling from Norway, so it's been a good time. And I hope people check out The Wave. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. Great talking to you too, and I hope they'll check out the movie as well.
Yes.
Hi, this is Teresa Tilley from Evil Dead and now Stomping Ground, and you're listening to Without Your Head.